Hey guys, and welcome back to AdosTheGreat YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video I will be going over how I went in round 6 and then giving you all of my round 7 tips. Very excited to jump in and talk to you about these games today. I'll be honest with you, there's actually quite a few games that I missed this week. I think there was about two and a half. I didn't get to see most of the games, but some I did miss out on. So we'll talk about that when we go through it. But without further ado, let's jump in. Also, guys, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. The channel is growing quite fast at the moment, and I am very thankful to you guys for that. But if you guys are new here and you haven't hit that sub button yet, guys, please do. All right, here we go. Newcastle Knights against the Sydney Roosters. The Roosters got the job done here, 22-20. Very close game of footy. It was insane. Kalen Ponga made a break really late in that game. Nearly stole it away from the Roosters. But to the Roosters' credit, man, with a lot of players out, they turned up. They played really well in this one. So credit to them. Well-deserved win there. Newcastle just didn't take the chances that were offered up to them. I thought the Knights were okay, but realistically, they don't look like they did at the back end of last year. Whereas the Roosters, a lot of injuries. That normally, the Roosters of the past, they just throw in the white flag. But they've been good this year. They have been good, all things considered. But shout out to the Roosters. Good win here. Unfortunately, tip wrong, but it's all good. We move on. Next up, you've got the Melbourne Storm against the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. So this was a cracking game. So Storm got out to a 10-0 lead pretty early. I think that was the half-time score. And then the second half, Josh Adokar just 3 tries, scored a hat-trick. I think they were the first one was at the 47th minute, I want to say. Then it was the 56th minute, then the 62nd minute. If I hit that on the head, guys, that's mental. If I got that exactly correct, crazy. But, look, the Bulldogs were brave in this one. Storm, I would have thought, would have won this one 13+. Going into it, I thought they're going to put an absolute cricket score on. But to the Doggies' credit, man, they were brave. Josh Adokar is just phenomenal on the weekend. He was great. Plenty of positives to take out of this one for the Dogs. Obviously, you want to get the win, but outside of that, this was a very, very good game. So credit to the Bulldogs. But Storm, they keep getting it done at home, man. These crazy finishes happened last week. Happened last week against the Broncos, and it happened prior to that against the Warriors with a Xavier Cates try. Insane stuff. Melbourne definitely deserved this win, but the Doggies, put up a fight. But that is a tip right there. Backing in the Broncos over the Dolphins. Technically a 13+ win here, as they did win this one by 14. But, I thought that the Broncos would win, but I didn't think that, they were really, really good in this game. Dolphins scored a couple of late tries. The scoreline probably flatters the Dolphins a little bit, in my opinion. I thought the Broncos were really good in this game, especially without Adam Reynolds and Payne Haas there. They did look the goods. Hammer did go off, which sucks for me, having him as in my Supercoach team. That one hurt. But, look, Broncos really good in this one. Credit to them. I'm kicking myself for this next game. So the wife and I had to go into Bunnings because we had to get stuff done for the new house. And I missed this game. I watched the highlights, so I have seen the tries. I've seen the controversy with one of Manly's tries. I thought the Warriors actually had a lot of calls go their way as well. So I think both sides realistically had some pretty dodgy calls go for them. But all in all, crazy stuff, man. DWZ scoring a double, Daly Cherry Evans scoring a double. It was a really, really good game from what I saw in the highlights. So, credit to both sides here getting the draw this weekend. That is incredible. I did not expect a draw. I actually thought the Warriors would win this one relatively easily over in New Zealand. But, good win. Good draw. seemed to be an entertaining game. I can't talk too much on it. This one, I did miss the first half, but watched the second half. I don't know. I don't know how to really take the Cowboys from this one because I thought the Eels were pretty good, but they weren't great by any means. Like I thought the Cowboys were really poor in this game. I was disappointed by them. I think they will bounce back in a big way next week. I do believe that. We normally see the Cowboys go like this and then just back it up with an incredible performance. Although, like if we look at the last couple of weeks, they played the Titans last week. Nearly like Titans put on a little bit of a fight down the end there, and then the week before they got bashed by the Broncos. So I don't know how to rate the Cowboys. Really don't there. But look, good win for the Eels. I think Cowboys a bit disappointing to be honest. Next up, obviously had to be home to watch this game. Man, look, the scoreline, it sucks. It's another loss, and you always hate losing. Obviously, I'm recording this on a Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening due to not being able to get this out early in the week for work. So I've got to record these Sunday afternoon. But yeah, look, I'm happy with how the Rabbitohs played. It might sound weird, it might sound stupid, but I thought that this was one of our best games. We went into the second half with only one player on the bench. We had Keon go down late in the second half. He was fine, but had a few little niggling injuries there. We had, who else? Michael Cheekham was a bit sore in parts too. So there was definitely, I reckon there was players playing injured in that game. So yeah, crazy stuff. Obviously, as I said, recording this on Sunday evening, so I don't know if Jason Demetriou has gotten the sack yet. I have heard rumours, and obviously I think most people would have saw the Michael Hooper article saying that his job is safe. I don't believe that for a second. I want to see what the club has to say. Once they've made that announcement, then yeah, we'll go from there. But yeah, look, I was proud of this performance. Obviously, Cronulla came to play. They were incredible in this game. Ronaldo Mulitalo, if he continues like this, I genuinely believe he'll be Winger of the Year. You've also got Carl Iro, who was incredible in this game. Nico Hines was really good. Braden Trindle, I thought, was pretty good in this one. The forwards for Cronulla were incredible, but I've got to give a massive shout out to Tommy Burgess over in the Rabbitohs. He led from the front, and that's what we've been missing. We've been missing that, especially when Totola went off. Tom just stood up. Tom led from the front. Thought Shaq and David Mawali up front as well were pretty good off the pine. So yeah, look, I'm proud of the Rabbitohs. Obviously, it is a tip wrong, but I just hope this pushes us somewhere in the right direction because we can't go any lower. We're currently sitting in 17th. All right. Next up, we've got the Tigers against the Dragons at Campbelltown Stadium. Man, I thought the Tigers would win this. I really did. The Dragons came out and they played bloody well in this game. I did miss this one, so I can't really talk too much on it. Again, watching the highlights and stuff, like from what I could see, the Dragons were pretty good in this game. Tigers, yeah, I don't know how to take the Tigers. Lockie Galvin, 18-year-old, just completely changes this side when he's there. Like, I love Jaden Sullivan. I think he's a great bloke, but I just don't know about him, eh? I just don't. I think Lockie Galvin, this is his team. Really do. When he's on, they look completely different. Dragons, they can't take anything away from them. They were incredible. Zach Lomax was brilliant once again. I thought Jaden Sewer was incredible. Ben Hunt was great. Like, the Dragons just, when they click, it's tough to beat, man. It really is. All right, finally. Wow, one of the games of the round. Like, obviously, this is probably the game of the round, but this was incredible. The Titans' resilience in this game. Titans fans, you should be extremely proud of this side. What they dished up in defense was incredible. I think there was 3 or 4 players with 50 to 60 tackles. I think Randall and Jolliffe both had over 60. I could be wrong, but yeah, incredible. Like, the resilience on defense from the Titans was incredible. So, Titans fans, you should be really proud of your side. The Raiders threw everything at the Titans. They really did. And they got within 20 seconds of going into finishing this game with a draw. So unfortunately, the Raiders did get the field goal. It was not unfortunately really, but unfortunately for Titans fans, Jamal Fogarty knocked it over, which would be a dagger because ex-Titan. But really, really, really good game of footy. I'm obviously going to take that because it's the tip correct. But Titans fans, keep your head high because that was a really good performance. All right, round 7, the tips. The good news for me is Rabbitohs aren't playing. So thumbs up for that. No, it sucks because you want to watch your team play, but I don't want to watch my team lose, just quietly. But yeah, let's look at the games. The first one on Thursday, April 18th, we've got the Sydney Roosters and the Melbourne Storm at Allianz Stadium. So the Roosters have won 1 of their last 9 games over Storm, meaning Storm have won 8 of their last 9. Storm have the best streak of 6 games since 2019 by an average of 16 points. So yeah, look, it's hard. Look, I think the Roosters will come out to play in this one. I really do, but I do think Bellamy will have Storm ready for this. I'm going to say Storm. We'll go. I'm going to go. Not 11. Well, that'll be interesting. I'm going to go Storm. Why is that 0 not working? No, well, my bloody 0 is not working here. All right. I'm going to have to go up like this because for some reason the bloody 0 is not working. All right, there we go. So, Storm by 10. That is what I'm backing there. I think after it wasn't disappointing against the Dogs, but it wasn't great. And I think they're going to be fired up for this one. So, I do think Storm get the win 1-12. Next up, Dragons and Warriors. If you asked me before this weekend, I would have said Warriors win by 20. But I think this will be an interesting one, or I really do. Obviously, Warriors do have the wood over the Dragons. They've won the last 2 games against them. They've won 5 of their last 8 with a winning average of 15 points. Now, 5 of those 8 games have been in New Zealand, and 3 of them were won in New Zealand. So yeah, they do tend to win at Wynn Stadium. The irony in that, but I do think the Warriors win, but I don't think it'll be a cricket score. I am going to say 13 plus. But I think it'll be like maybe 14 to 16 points. I don't think it'll be a blowout. So Warriors get the win there for me. All right, so we've got the Eels and the Dolphins in Darwin at TIO Stadium. So we've got the Eels played 1 game against the Dolphins and they won that one 48-20. So a 28-point margin there. The Eels have won 3 games in 2024. And the Dolphins have also won 3, but they've only lost 2. And they've had a bye. So, yeah, this one's tough. The Eels had a great win against the Cowboys that they really did. If I'd say Flegler would return in this one. I don't think Herbie's back for a while, and it all depends on Hammer's injury. So, yeah, I think if Hammer and Flegler are out, Eels win comfortably. I think I'm just going to pick the Eels here 1-12. I think they'll get the job done, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins did win that one. All right, next up we've got the Panthers against the Tigers, and this is an incredible one because so in the last 7 games, Panthers have won 4 of the last 7. Tigers have won 3. The Tigers actually have a better average winning margin than the Panthers. Tigers by 17, Panthers by 12. So that is interesting in itself. The last 2 games have only been by 4 points to the Tigers last year and 2 points to the Panthers the year before. I genuinely don't know. Hey, I really don't. I'm going to go the safe option here. I'm going to back in Penrith. Nathan Cleary back is a massive reason why I am backing in Penrith. But again, like this tip, like the Dolphins tip, I wouldn't be surprised if the Tigers caused an upset here. Would not be surprised. All right, next up, we've got the Titans against the Sea Eagles. Again, a bit like the Tigers, Panthers. The Titans have won 3 of their last 7. Manly have won 4 of their last 7. Manly's average winning margin is 24 points, whereas the Titans is 18. The Titans have actually won the last 2 games against Manly quite convincingly as well. One game by 16 back in 2023, and the other one by 20 in round 22 of 2022. So a lot of twos in that one. But I tell you what, on the back of this performance, going home, I know Manly's red hot at the moment. They're playing good footy. They just beat Penrith. They nearly beat the Warriors. I think I'm going the upset. I think I'm going the upset. I'm backing the Titans 1-12. I know it's a crazy tip. I know. I'm with you. I agree. But I reckon a lot of belief's going to come out of this Titans squad after that game. I really do. And Desi against one of his old clubs, he's going to want to get this one done. So I reckon the Titans win this. I didn't think I'd say that, but I reckon the Titans win. So, yeah, there we go. Titans 1-12 over Manly. All right, next up we've got the Broncos and the Raiders. In the last 6 games, Bronx have won 2, Raiders have won 4. Raiders have an average winning margin of 15 points at Broncos with 9. Raiders have won 4 games, lost 2. Broncos have won 3 games, lost 3 in 2024. This game is at Suncorp Stadium. Yeah, this is another one that's tough, man. Look, because it's at home, I'm backing in the Bronx here, but again, definitely could go either way. I think that the Raiders will be up for this one. 100% they'll be up for it, but I just think at home the Broncos will be too good. So Broncos 1-12 there. All right, first game on Sunday afternoon, we've got the Bulldogs against the Knights. Bulldogs have won 3 of their last 8 games. Knights obviously winning 5. Knights winning margin, 27 points. Bulldogs is 9 points. All right, we've got to think back to last year where the Doggies got done 66-0 over the Knights. They also lost in round 24, 42-6. Embarrassing for the Bulldogs, but this is a different Bulldogs team. They beat the Roosters a couple of weeks ago. They nearly beat Storm this weekend. The Knights have been struggling. Like, if we look at the Knights' last 3 games, they played the Roosters, lost by 2. Played the Dragons, they won that one by 20. They lost to the Warriors, just beat the Storm, and then lost to the Cowboys. So this is interesting. This is interesting. Look, I don't want to tip too many upsets here because I've already got, I've only got one realistically, but I don't know. I'm going to back in the Dogs. I'm tipping the Bulldogs, man. I think I've gone nuts. But I've got to go a little bit rogue for once. I think I've been going outside of the Rabbitohs. I think I've been going too safe. So I am going to back the Dogs in this one. It'll obviously be a close game, 1-12. But I think the Dogs are going to have a lot of belief in themselves. Like, they've got a lot of injuries and they're still competing. Like, losing to Melbourne by 2 points. They beat the Roosters by 4. Obviously lost to the Rabbitohs. They flogged the Titans. And they lost to the Sharks quite convincingly in round 2. But outside of that, they've been pretty good. They haven't been bad this year. They've been in the fight. I'm backing the Dogs in to win this one, I am. Backing the Dogs in to win this one. All right, finally, we've got the final game of the Sunday ticket. Sharks against the Cowboys. And this one is not looking good for the Cowboys. The Sharks have won their last 8 games by an average of 18 points over the Cowboys. Yeah, at Shark Park, I just think Cronulla will be too good here. And to be honest, the Cowboys games this year, they lost to Para by 7. They beat the Titans by 13. Not convincing. Flogged by the Broncos. They'd flogged the Dragons, but the Dragons still put 24 points on them. Then they only beat Newcastle by 1. And I think Newcastle have been struggling. I think the Sharks actually win this and win it well. I think they'll get a 13-plus win. All right, let's talk round 7, guys. Roosters Storm backing the Storm 1-12. I'm going to go Ali Kartai anytime try scorer. Next up, Warriors and the Dragons. Obviously backing the Warriors in this one. 13-plus, I have picked them in there. DWZ anytime try scorer. Eels, Dolphins. Eels at 1-12. Potentially 13-plus, but for now we're going 1-12. I am going to say that Clint Gutherson scores anytime. Panthers 1-12 over the Tigers. I do think the Tigers keep it close, so I'm going Brian To'o anytime in that one. Titans 1-12 over Manly. Alofiana Khan Pereira anytime. Broncos 1-12 over the Raiders. I'm going Selwyn Cobbo anytime in that one. Bulldogs Knights 1-12 for the Doggies. I'm going Josh Adokar. Then Sharkies 13-plus. Big win over the Cowboys. I am going to say Ronaldo Mulatalo anytime try scorer. All right, guys, make sure you hit that like button, hit that sub button, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Drop your tips down below in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.